It's a distinct honor to sit among all these VIPs and world famous personalities, and it's a great history created that we have gathered here today, not only to welcome two of our guests, but also to celebrate the landslide victory in Karnataka by the Congress Party. As you all know, many critics were saying, Congress khatam ho gayi, Congress ye ho gayi, wo ho gayi, but I had a belief that Congress will come back. I also remember Sir could put more light on it, that there was a time that hardly any MPs were left in Congress at one time. But it bounced back immediately next election and came back to the power. So this is the history of Congress, will never be, it's in the blood of everybody. The Congressy will always remain Congress. Yes, the others who jump around from different parties and join the flow, but that is not the Congressy, will never jump. He will always remain the Congress loyal. The two best examples I could give you is next to me. Azhar had so many invites from different parties, national, regional, Muslim parties and everyone, but he stayed with Congress as a loyal soldier. And of course, I don't have to talk about Samji. You all know he's the guy who has done wonders in Indian telecommunication. He's called the technocrat of India. As a technocrat of board, he's been a very close associate of late Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi ji and all the Gandhi family. So this is an honor that he lives in Chicago and he's amongst us in our events. So having said that, let me have Rajendra Dichpalli to start the program by saying a few words about the Congress and the Gandhi family and move on.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome here to the celebrations to celebrate the great victory of the Congress Party in the Karnataka elections. Here this evening we have two great stalwarts who have done great service to our country. One, in the field of telecommunications, a legend who has transformed the telecommunication field in India. And I call him one of the modern architects of modern India. Sam Pitroda, the global chairman of Indian Overseas Congress. Please give him a big hand. And my childhood favorite is another hero of mine, whom I have the honor of sitting beside. One of the greatest cricket captains our country has seen, and who taught India what it is to win matches when we used to never win matches overseas. The one and only Mohammad Azharuddin. Please give him a big hand. Friends, Karnataka has taught us a very good lesson. And that lesson is, if we as Congress people fight together, united, there is no force that can defeat the Congress Party. We can regain the idea of India, we can regain what the founding fathers built India for, and we can win if we all stand united and if we all fight back the faceless forces in India. I request you all to please do your bit, whatever you can, to help the Congress Party in India, whether it is in social media, whether you can contribute physically or financially or socially to the cause of the Congress Party. You all know that Rahulji walked for almost 7 months in Bharat Jodo Yatra, an amazing exercise to unite India and to fight back the communal forces in the country. We also saw that the Bharat Jodo Yatra has started yielding results. In Karnataka, among the 21 constituencies that Rahulji had walked, almost 17 constituencies the Congress Party won. So I think we have the momentum going into 2023. I'm sure we will win Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Mizoram and Telangana, and 2024 will be our victory. We will regain India. We all need to be united and fight together on this battle. Finally, I have one personal request to my hero who's sitting beside me. I was fortunate enough to see him campaigning in my constituency in Nizamabad in 2018 when he had to come to canvass for Tahir Bhai, the local candidate in Nizamabad urban. I saw a huge crowd that no other leader had gathered in Nizamabad for a very long time. My request to Azhar Bhai, why do you contest in Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh? There's a place right in your backyard, Nizamabad. Please contest for Member of Parliament in Nizamabad. We will ensure a thumping majority for you again. We will ensure that you will be sitting in Parliament again. With this, I end my note and thank you all for coming here tonight. Thank you.
Unfortunately, the president of Overseas Congress of USA, Mohinder Singh Ji, couldn't be here. He was committed, he was supposed to be here. Unfortunately, he is not here. May I request Sant Daljit Singh, Chicago wala, a scholar, a religious scholar, to say a few words. As you know, Punjab is full of Congress, and Punjab is going to be the next Congress. Already Congress is there, and then let's hear from Chicago wala Sant Daljit Singh.
Most welcome, our Honorable Member of Parliament from Uttar Pradesh, Sant Daljit, and our Member of Parliament, and all overseas Congress representatives in the United States who are here on the stage. Most welcome. And from I blessed you for the victory as you get the victory in the Karnataka state. I wish it could be you will get in all other states and do united. We need to India to unite like the Congress president. He did his journey to unite the India that we need. We wish our country to be united, progressive. That's my wish, and my blessings are with all with you. Thank you very much.
All right, let's move on. We do have big speeches going on, so don't worry. Very soon we'll be done and we'll break for the dinner. And of course, there's a nice chai, Hyderabadi chai. It's called Akbar's chai. We have ordered specially for all of you these days. And now, Vinod has to say a few things. I don't know what, but let him say something. Vinod after.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This was impossible to have this kind of crowd and gathering this evening without the help of Iftikhar. Please give a big round of applause for Iftikhar. You know, his name is very interesting. Iftikhar meaning is the honor, and the Sharif is the respect. And he's got both qualities in him. He honors people and he respects all mankind. And we gathered here to respect everyone in this room and this hall, especially our dignitaries, our former Member of Parliament, former captain. Now this is a time for a captain to become a captain of minorities. This is a time for the leadership, for the minorities, peoples like him. We know he had been achieved so many goals into his industry and kept it. Now he's retired from cricket. This is the time that he should take the initiative in a different level and to improve our politics back home. We need clean people like him. We need a leader who's not corrupted. We give an example of the politicians in here in the United States. We need a clear and image and clear people that represent us in future. I want to introduce Iftikhar Bhai today. Iftikhar Bhai, already everybody knows Iftikhar Bhai. And Iftikhar Bhai always done all these type of programs. He respect people, he honor people. Today, Iftikhar Bhai, with the short notice, pulled up this decent crowd, and Iftikhar Bhai will say a few words. I know he's the main guy today, is speaking already, but I want to introduce for him, with a big round of applause. Thank you.
Not much to say, but I only remember recent slogans. Our great leader, Rahul Gandhi ji, is always saying, नफरत की दुकान बंद हो गई है, अब मोहब्बत और खुशियों की दुकान खुल गई है. So that is what it's been happening. So we won the Karnataka election. It's not because the Muslims are the minorities. It has to be 80% of Hindus who have voted for Congress. We are only 50-20%. We cannot make a difference. But it is those secular Hindus or non-Muslims who have made the difference. And that is how India believes in secularism. India believes in the fair things for everybody. India believes in togetherness. And that's what it happened, that Karnataka won the election with the help of everybody. It was not possible by just minorities. I want you to, especially my non-Hindu friends, I want you to remember them. I have three of my trustees from FIA, Suman Joshi Bhai, Kanti N. Patel, Kanti S. Patel. They know that how it is going in Gujarat and what is going on, and that is true. Gujarat is also, so much close to winning by the Congress. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. But you can see the numbers of Congress or the numbers of the non-BJP MLAs and the BJP MLAs. Out of 4,500 MLAs in India, BJP has about 1,500 MLAs, whereas the rest are all non-MLAs. But how do they win? They use different tactics to win. You have seen the example in Maharashtra. You have seen the example even in Karnataka last time, what happened. So, they are doing it, but with the landslide majority like what happened in Karnataka and in coming in different states, that will not happen. So, I wish that we all convey the message to our people that Congress is the one which could form a secular government, and that's what the message is all about. नफरत की उसमें नहीं रहो, move forward with दोस्ती और अमन. कहाँ इतने सालों की हिस्ट्री निकाल लो, कोई भी कभी कुछ ऐसी गड़बड़ नहीं हुई जहाँ whether at the time when British has just left, there were a lot of Muslims, but they never discriminated anybody or whatnot. They were all togetherness was the main message. And now that time is again coming that we all will be together, Hindu, Muslim, bhai, bhai, Sikh, Isai, bhai, bhai. That is our story. That's what we can do. Let me now, I don't know how much people say about him, but one good thing about Azhar is he's very humble man, down-to-earth man. He has served as the captain when he was at the peak. He was the same. He is now former captain. Recently, he just resigned from Hyderabad Cricket Association because of some conflict, and he served as a member of parliament from Moradabad, and he's a simple man. So let me have Azhar Bhai to talk about his experience in Karnataka. He was campaigning hardly. Even 2 days before he came here, he was out in Karnataka campaigning for a different constituency. So please, with your round of applause, welcome Mohammed Azharuddin.
Respected Ambedkar sir, Shobal sir, my boss, I call him always Mr. I think distinguished guests on the dais, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I always like to stand and speak because when I was playing, I was always used to answer questions sitting. So if anybody asks me a question, then it is always better to sit and answer. But then when you are talking, it's always better to stand and talk, because I think you must also respect the people who come here to listen to you. That is the most I think first of all, I must thank Mr. Bhai for holding this function or having this function going today and to celebrate the win in Karnataka. And he's always in the forefront. Whenever the opportunity comes, whenever he sees an opportunity, he seizes on it. And I think it has given me a good chance to meet so many people who I know from Hyderabad, and then I met them here also, and also given a good opportunity to meet Sam Petroda sir. It's always a pleasure to see you and meeting. And then Rajendra from Nizamabad, he was talking about standing. He wants me to stand from Nizamabad. He said, why was I fighting in Moradabad and from Rajasthan? Because I think for me, party's interest was most important. Because I was not given any choice. So they asked me one day, Madam and the Divijay sir was there, and then at that time Rita Joshi Madam was there. They said, no, you have to fight from Moradabad. Before I could say anything, they already decided, and they already said that, no, you are fighting, you don't want to hear a no. But then when the party says, look, I am not the captain. Maybe if I was the captain, I would have said differently. But now I am not the captain has to take it. So it's a team thing, like, I mean, even in a Congress party is like a team. Like when you play as a team, if your team is good, everything is good. If the team is not good, and there are differences in the team, you see the results, because people start talking, there's a lot of differences, this and that. But I think leaving that aside, first of all, I must congratulate the people of Karnataka for reposing their faith in our party, that is the Congress party, which I think we really worked hard. Rahulji really worked hard, and Madam also, I think Madam Sonia ji also had campaigned 1 or 2 times, because of her ill health, she doesn't, campaign much, but I think it made a difference. And then Priyanka ji campaigned a lot in UP as well and in Karnataka, and I think she came to Hyderabad also for one of the functions. So it was very nice to see her taking keen interest. But I think the Bharat Jodo Yatra, as Rajendra Bhai said, is building results. It will more results, because there are more elections going to happen, and then the most important election is the Telangana and the Madhya Pradesh election. So I think if we are united, I think if the Congress party is strong overseas, it always makes a lot of difference. People talking from overseas, it always makes a difference. And I think, as I have already said, because in political lines, you have to really work hard. And because you expect people to vote for you, but at the end of the day, I think we need to tell them what our party is doing. Because if you see, sometimes our people are sick of hearing that Congress in 70 years have not done anything. But I think whatever the development, whatever the things we have seen in India now, it is always Congress party has done all the development. Right from the independence time, when Britishers left India, there was nothing left in India. I think our party has done so much for the betterment of the Indians. So I think it is very imperative that we become very strong. I think with Sam Petroda sir at the helm of affairs and the global chairman, I think I'm sure he will be definitely, taking very keen interest in making the Congress fraternity in the overseas very strong. And I think he's done a lot, and I think everybody knows about him. I don't need to say much about him, because I think he's been a very close friend of Rajiv Gandhi sir. I had a 3 or 4 times I had opportunity to meet Rajiv sir. I think first time when I scored 100 sir, when I made the record in Kanpur, I think I had to walk, because at that time there were no mobile phones and no phones in the dressing room, so I had to walk from one side to the another side to talk to him, so he congratulated me. It was a very good effort from him, and I am always there for the people, Congress, and I am always willing to work hard, but at the same time, everybody has to work hard. Not one person makes a win. When you win, it's a team effort. Nobody can say that, when I have done it, Like, for example, if I have scored 100, somebody is batting with me to score 100. I cannot score 100 on my own. So it's the same thing. It happens. The party also is the same thing. When people work together, everybody takes the credit. When you win, it's always very pleasing. Because a defeat is always not very good, at the end of the day. But I think when you win, and everybody wants to know you. When you lose, nobody wants to know you. But I think the times have changed now. अच्छा हिंदी में जैसा बोलते हैं, अब हवा कांग्रेस की तरफ चल चुकी है, अब हवा रुकेगी नहीं, तो हम पूरी कोशिश करेंगे, विल वर्क हार्ड है। अब आप लोग भी आप लोग को भी हार्ड करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि आई एम श्योर whoever is come to this function is all it's a congressman, I would reckon, I suppose, and I am very happy to be here, and it was
one question. सब इनको आप सब कब बैन करेंगे? बजरंगियों को आप कब बैन करेंगे?
बजरंग को कब बैन करेंगे?
इन्होंने बड़ा गदर काट रखा पूरे हिंदुस्तान में।
I think Karnataka was talking about cricket also. My term was over, so now I think they have a lot of problems in the association also. The committee is trying to sort those things out, so everything will happen. Because I think sports and cricket are the same thing, what we do in sports is the same thing. When you work hard, everything comes easy. If you don't work hard, you cannot expect results. So I wish everyone here the very best, and I am very happy to be here, and I must thank Karnataka again for this wonderful function, and sir for gracing this function. I know you are very busy, and then Ranjan Bhai also is a very busy person. Everybody was there. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Wonderful, he said, Muhammad Azharuddin ji. And to talk about Sanjay, it takes months and months and pages to read. But as much as I know him for the last 30 years here in Chicago, let me also reveal a secret today. That the first time when I met Sonia Gandhi ji in 2002, it was the connection of Sam Petroda ji that he made that connection for me. From here he called his good friend Pillai Saab, remember Pillai Saab, उन्होंने call किया कि so and so, two gentlemen from Chicago are coming, myself and my good friend Raghunaya. So that's where I got associated with the Gandhi family, and then onwards, I've met Sonia ji on so many occasions, even in Shamshabad when the airport was getting inaugurated. In her speech, she said that ये एयरपोर्ट से जितने भी लोग बैठे हैं हजारों, किसी को फायदा नहीं है, लेकिन इफ्तिखार शरीफ का फायदा है, because he is from this village. So that was her words. And many more times I have met, and recently in Bharat Jodo Yatra, Rahul ji was passing through my village Shamshabad. I called his PA, introduced myself, and then they accepted, and I had a 10 to 15 minutes of meeting with Rahul ji. So they do accommodate. After walking for 35 kilometers a day, the guy wants to be tired and not meet anybody. But look at Rahul Gandhi's energy, that he still was seeing people, he was still seeing the PCC president and other members, and I'm nobody, and still he met me for 10 minutes or so. So that is great. On that note, I would like to say and welcome our great leader, Rahul Gandhi ji, to US, starting from 31st. Sam will give you the details, but he's coming and he's speaking in New York, he's speaking in DC, he's speaking in California, and the whole itinerary is monitored by no other than our global chairman, Sam Petroda ji. So he will be monitoring and organizing all this. So we need to make this event success by attending the event. And I'm also requesting Azarbai to postpone his going back to India for 3-4 days at least, so that he could spend some time with Rahulji and Samji together and make this event much successful. So having said that, let's all welcome with a standing ovation for no other than our great leader Sam Pitroda, please.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Azharuddin Bhai, my old friend here, dignitaries on the dais, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is my honor and privilege to be here with you to celebrate victory in Karnataka. Credit goes to the people of Karnataka, all the Congress workers, leaders at the state level and also at the national level. We are happy that we could make a difference in Karnataka, because we are all very concerned about what is going on in India. I personally believe Indian Republic is in crisis. It is in crisis because of three major issues. One, all our institutions have been captured. Whether it is media, judiciary, ED, Income Tax Office, police, administration, and as a result, fear is generated in the minds of large number of people. Our universities are captured, education is being changed, and this particular approach is very subtle, where people are planted in the right places to bring about generational change. And that bothers many of us a great deal. Second is that the civil society is basically killed. All NGOs, and I have lots of friends who run NGOs of all kinds, are being harassed in the name of foreign exchange violations, income tax fraud, or whatever little issue they come up with. I am also on bail because of the court case on National Herald. I'm on the board of National Herald. And the entire case is bogus. It has been going on for 8 years. Nothing has happened, but it's always in media. Third issue is very fundamental, and that is the mindset of the people has completely changed, so they don't think logically, rationally, or approach things in a scientific way. There is this mad rush behind whatever BJP says is the truth. And people lie, mistrust, create hate. And I think in the last 9 years, we have really crossed the limit. Last week there was a report from the US government on religious freedom. I don't know how many of you have seen the report. I have a copy of it. And this report is very damaging. It talks about what is going on in India. Because the narrative in India is very different. Is that Prime Minister is the leader of the world. Every little credit goes to Prime Minister. Nobody has done anything. And Prime Minister keeps telling that nothing happened in the last 25 years. that everything happened in last 9, and as if India was sleeping for 75 years. As opposed to what he says, the reality is very different. India is what India is today because the seeds were planted by the right people. I remember when I went to India to work on telecom in 1981, 82, we had 2 million telephones. It used to take 10 years to get a telephone connection. In a short span of 40 years, we have 1.2 billion phones and we generate $200 billion worth of software service export. Credit goes to Rajiv Gandhi. Credit goes to Congress party because they really had the political will to support people like me and lots of young people. Nothing happens in a country of this size by an individual. It requires a whole lot of people to collectively work to get things done. We should be too excited about the victory in Karnataka because we have a long way to go. Hard work just begins now. Next state elections and then federal election. BJP strategy has been keep telling people that nothing got done for 75 years. Keep telling people that Congress is going to die and attack Gandhi family personally, collectively, and all their colleagues. I've been with the Congress from day one. I grew up in a Gujarati family, in a small little tribal village in Orissa, where right in front of my house was a Muslim family. We were 3 brothers and 5 sisters. They had 5 brothers and 3 sisters. On the left was a Jain family, on the right was a Sikh family, and on the back was a Oriya tribal family. We all lived together as part of one big family. We all played together, we all ate together. No one ever thought that this kid is the Muslim kid or this kid is a Punjabi Sardar kid. That's the India I grew up with. I grew up with India where there were pictures of Gandhi, Patel, Maulana Azad, Nehru, and Subhash Chandra Bose. The India I grew up with, though I was born in British Raj, was very much about Gandhian idea of India. Truth, trust, love were the core of our values. We believed in diversity, inclusion, democracy, and justice. At the end of the day, democracy is all about justice. Justice to everyone, and not to a small group of people. To treat everyone with dignity and respect. Give everyone same opportunity. We have a long way to go. And I believe Congress has the right ideas. We have also made mistakes. We have not been able to deliver all that we could have, but we have come a long way. In 47, literacy in India was 14%. Now it is 85%. Life expectancy was about 54, now it is close to 76. In 80s, population was half of what it is today. There was time when people thought we will not be able to feed India. We can feed 1.4 billion people and we have surplus food. All our people can be fed and we can have enough food to feed others. That's a big accomplishment. I came to America just about 60 years ago. I took a boat from Mumbai to Karachi, Karachi to Aden, Aden to Egypt, Egypt to Naples, Naples to Genova, took a train from Genova to London, plane from London to New York, and a bus from New York to Chicago. I came here when there were 400 people of Indian origin in Chicago. It took 4 years before we could go get besan. When we first found out that there is besan available in Chicago, we were all so excited that we could make kadhi and we could eat pakoda. Indian community has come a long way. Indians are all over now, in big companies, banks. Right now we are planning for Rahul's visit. And let me tell you that every important organization in Washington, as a young Indian running the show. There may be a big senator like me, 80-year-old, but the little kid managing is not only Indian, but 70% are Indian girls. It's amazing. I'm telling you, I'm completely shocked. Smart kids, dedicated. That's one group of people. Then you have Satya Nadellas and Sundar Pichai, and then you have doctors, and then you have lawyers, and then you have businessmen. Indians are all over. As Indian Overseas Congress, we are in 32 countries. Rahul and I went to Dubai. We had 50,000 people came to hearing. Just to give you an idea, we had 1,100 buses lined up for 10 kilometers to bring people into the auditorium. That's the love and affection Congress party and he gets when we go out. Indian community is still very much connected with India. Indian community is not only sending money in India, but Indian community is also doing business in India. NRIs have a big role to play, like all of you. Many of you have been here for many, many years, but you still have deep roots in India. So I am very happy to be a part of this community. I've lived in Chicago for 60 years, and I have lots of friends. I don't meet them regularly, but whenever I connect, it looks like we have restarted our relationship. So I'm happy that you organized this. I'm happy that you all could come here, celebrate with us, but I want you to know that we have a long way to go. Don't sit idle for next at least 12 months. You got to be on your toe. You got to really worry about every little details for next election, because next election is going to be a major milestone for India. There are two roads to pick. If you pick a wrong road, you are finished. It will burn. India will burn, I believe. I should say it this way, but I am afraid. If we select the right road, we will flourish. Today, unemployment is a challenge. You have serious problem with inflation, security, fear, and opportunities are limited. For India to grow, you need peace. And peace can only come when your neighbor is your brother, when everybody works together. Without peace, there is no prosperity. It is not just a word, peace. You want to live in comfort. You should be able to walk anywhere. You should be able to go any community and feel at home. When that is threatened, and that's what is happening today, you see the fireworks coming. And I worry about it. I worry every day, and I tell you, I spend a lot of time. Whatever little I can do, I want to do it. But I'm just one little guy. We need all of you to join hands and do your bit. And don't ask, just do it. What can you do? You can talk to people in India. You can convince them of the right things. You can explain to them that there is no sense in discriminating people based on religion, race, sex, caste. I have no problem drinking water or eating with Dalit. He's my cousin. I have no problem eating beef with him. I don't care. I'm not supposed to eat beef, but I do, unfortunately. But that's okay. That's my choice. That's what democracy is all about. Don't tell me what to eat. Don't tell me who to marry. Don't tell me what I should enjoy. I am a part of a democracy. Democracy is being threatened everywhere. 2 years ago, I wrote a book on redesigning the world. I'm just finishing another book on democracy at crossroads. I believe democracy is at crossroads all over the world. US saw it with Trump. Hungary is having a problem. Turkey is having a problem. Brazil had a problem. UK has a problem. EU has a problem. And I think it is time for all democracies to come together and really celebrate freedom, liberty, justice. And these are not just words. These words require huge amount of institutional backup. America could come back to normal because the American institutions responded properly. When Trump told somebody that fix my vote, there was a courageous man at the back who said, I won't do it. If he didn't have the courage, we would be where we are. And that's the kind of courage is missing in India. I don't want to give you a big lecture, but I feel that I need to communicate to you, my friends, my concerns. I want you to be very sensitive and alert and not take this victory lightly. And don't feel that now everything is going to be very simple. It's going to be very difficult. You'll have to fight for your freedom. You'll have to stand up to be counted. And you'll have to have courage. Gandhiji always talked about courage. What is missing in India in many places is just courage. You don't have people who will stand up and say things that need to be said because they are afraid. Because lots of people have skeletons in the closet. So if you have skeletons in the closet, you worry about somebody opening your closet. You all don't have problem. You don't have skeletons in the closet. So you got to speak up. And that's why when we go abroad, we get better here. Rahul is coming here. It is not public, so I don't want to publicize it. But as a group of family and friends, I can share with you. And this is not for the press. We'll be here. We'll spend 2 days in San Francisco. Then we spend 2 days in Washington and 2 days in New York. We have lots of meetings planned with think tanks, universities, 1,000 people in San Francisco, 200 people dinner in Washington, all kinds of activities, interviews, program is jam-packed. To a point we don't even have half an hour flexibility because we got to worry about transport and all that. It has been worked out. And he does a great job when he gets chance to interact with people. He doesn't like to broadcast like Man Ki Baat. He likes to interact. And that's what Indian democracy is all about, is to listen to people. So we hope that we get good reception here on the Capitol Hill. We are not here to complain, but we are here to share what is going on in India. Indian democracy is the biggest democracy in the world, and we owe it to the people to tell them the real situation on the ground. We are not asking for anybody to come and help us. We can deal with our problems. But we want to share with you what is needed. So with this, once again, I want to thank you all for coming. Thank you for organizing. Thank you, our cricket leader, for being with us. And like he would say, we have a lot of sixes to hit. So get ready for it. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Krishna Mushya. First of all, I want to thank Iftikhar Bhai for organizing this. As some of you may know, initially we planned a small get-together to celebrate Karnataka victory. But once Iftikhar Bhai gets involved, nothing is small. It will be a mega event. Give him a big hand of applause. I don't want to take too much time. I think all the dignitaries have said everything we want to hear. But I just have a small message from our favorite leader, Rahul Gandhi. I just want to take a couple of minutes and read the message. And this is from RG. नफरत के बाजार में मोहब्बत की दुकान खोल रहा हूँ. नफरत के बाजार में मोहब्बत की दुकान खोल रहा हूं. यही है मेरा जवाब बीजेपी के सब लोगों को. नफरत के बाजार में मोहब्बत की दुकान सिर्फ मैं नहीं खोल रहा हूं, करोड़ों हिंदुस्तानी खोल रहे हैं. भारत जोड़ो यात्रा से ने इस नफरत के खिलाफ, इस डर के खिलाफ एक और रास्ता दिखाया है. कर्नाटका में नफरत की दुकान बंद हो गई और मोहब्बत की दुकान खुल गई. ये कर्नाटका से नहीं रुकने वाली है. यही हर स्टेट में होगा आगे. नेक्स्ट तेलंगाना, MP, all the states that we have lined up, and our final target is 2024. आप सब भी, whoever is present here, आप सब भी मोहब्बत की दुकान खोलिए. जय कांग्रेस, जय भारत. Thank you. One thing I forgot, it's very important. Who wants to see RG in Chicago? No, that's not enough to convince Sandy. It has to be louder.
I even tried to talk to Raghu, Raghu Ram Rajan. And Raghu is out of the country. One idea was to have a dialogue between Raghu and Rahul. But we just don't have time this time. It's pretty tight schedule. Okay. Whenever we go out, it's normally 12-14 hours a day. See, we are a large community, so everybody wants to play team. I have about 100 requests and each one wants 1 hour with it. It's not possible.
We are still not disheartened. We will keep trying. Just so that we already blocked the Yellow Box Church for a couple of weekends in June. We are hoping that something will change and we'll be able to see RG in Chicago. Thank you.
Great. Thank you everyone for your time, for your efforts. And like Sandy said, please continue working, get the message out to our relatives, our friends in India, that what is secularism, what was India all about from 70 years before and now, and then work on it and let's get the victory, keep going. Before we celebrate a little cake cutting celebration here, then we'll break for the dinner. And then you all could enjoy the lovely dinner. And other than our great Fai Bhai, the owner of Shalimar and Stonegate, and Chai by Akbar Bhai. Great chai. I love the chai, how he makes it. Akbar's chai. And also cake made by the Saudagars. I don't see Saudagar here, but here is Saudagar, who made a lovely cake. Without telling him, he saw the flyer and he made the cake with the wonderful picture of Santi and Azharuddin Bhai, who made a lovely cake. Thank you, Saudagar. Thank you. Let's cut the cake and get the ball rolling.